Hello and welcome to my presentation. I'm MD Chubar Hossain. The last four digit of my ID is 1362. Today's topic is the anatomy of the research process, a step-by-step guide. Let's identify the research problem. What is research problem? It is a gap in knowledge, something that is unknown, unexplained, or underexplored in existing literature, or a practical issue that a real-world challenge that requires investigation, or it can be a researchable question uh, that can be systematically explored through data and analysis, which researcher seeks to address. It is the foundation upon which the entire study is built. Now, why it actually matters? It's a well-defined problem that provides direction to the entire study, and it also justify the study through demonstrating why the research is necessary and valuable, and also frames the questions to shape a specific research question and hypothesis that follows. Literature review is a comprehensive survey of existing research relevant to your topic. Its purpose is to understand, identify gaps in knowledge, and avoid duplicating existing work. The key resources are draw from journals, academic books, and conference papers. We need to prioritize recent, high-quality sources that are directly relevant to your research problem. And the critical evaluations, we do not merely summarize just sources. It needs to be analyzed, compare, and synthesize them. Identify the contradictors, limitations, and areas where further investigation is needed. That's all from mine. My next team member will take over from here.
Hi, it's me, Ashik Rahman. Last four digit of my ID is 1042. Today I'll continue from here. Research question and assumptions. Crafting research questions. After reviewing the literature, we develop focused research questions that narrow the scope of the study. Good research questions are specific, clear, and answerable through empirical investigation. It needs to be specific and be researchable. Stating assumptions. Assumptions are conditions the researcher considered to be true for the purpose of the study. Even if they cannot be directly verified, they must be clearly stated so reader can evaluate the study's validity. Why state assumptions? They define the boundary of the study and helps reader understand the context in which findings should be interpreted. For example, participants answer honestly. The sample represent of population. Measurement tools are valid, reliable. Now formulating hypothesis. What is hypothesis? A hypothesis is a testable prediction about the relationship between variables. A characteristics of a good hypothesis. It's testable and measurable. It's based on theory or past research. It's simple, precise, and specific. State expected relationship between variables. There are two types of hypothesis: null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis is where the states no relationship exists, and alternative hypothesis uh, proposes a specific relationships or effect between variables. Thank you. That's all from me. Now my next teammate will continue from here.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. At first introduce myself. I am Sakibur Rahman. The last four digit of my ID is 1361. Today my presentation topic is choosing a research design. In this slide we are focusing on how to choose the right research design. A research design is basically the overall plan that guide how we collect, analyze and interpret data. There are three main type of research design. First, quantitative research. This type focus on number and measurable data. It use tools like survey, experiment and tests. Second, qualitative research. This focus on understanding experience, opinion and meaning. It uses methods like interview, observation, and focus group that integrate are detailed and rich but usually specific to a particular context. Finally, mixed method. This approach combined both qualitative and quantitative data. So, depending on our research problem, we choose the design that fits best. Now I will explain operational variable. There are two types of variable: independence variable and dependence variable. Independence variable means the cause, what we change, and dependent variable means the result, what we measure. Example: teaching method is an independence variable and student performance is an dependent variable. Variable must be measured clearly using proper method like survey or tests. This make the research accurate and reliable. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum sir, my name is Shariqul Ridai, my ID art code is 1359. Today our presentation topic is the anatomy of the research process. In this presentation my part is data collection. Now I will talk about data collection, which is very important step in research. In this step we gather information needed to answer our research question. There are several common methods. Those are survey, interview, observation, and explanation. Let's explain is every step. Survey used to collect data from many people quickly using questionnaires. Interview help us to get detailed and in-depth response from participant. Observation: we watch and record behavior in real situation. Experiment used to find cause and effect relation by controlling variables. The choice of method depend on the research type and object. This is also important to ensure accuracy, reliability, and ethical consideration like participant consent and privacy. So proper data collection helps us to ensure the research results are trustfully. My next slide is data analysis. After collecting data, the next step is data analysis. In this stage, we process and examine the data to find useful instance. There are two main types. Quantitative analysis work with numerical data, use static eh, like average, percentage, and correlation. Help text data to hypothesis and identify relationship. The second analysis is quantitative analysis. Work with non-numerical data like text or interview, uses code and analysis to find pattern and meaningful data. To ensure good result, we must maintain reliability, reusability, and reliability and transparency. A useful technique is triangulation, which means using multiple methods to improve accuracy. So data analysis helps us turn raw data into meaningful collection. That's it from my part, and my next member will continue here.
Alaikum. My name is SM Mehdi Kausar. Last four digit of my ID is 1202. Once data is collected, the real work begins. For numerical data, we use quantitative analysis tools like descriptive statistics, t-tests, ANOVA, and regression helps us test hypotheses and spot significant patterns. For text, audio, or observations, visual representations, we turn to qualitative data. Uh, we analyze them and coding responses and identifying recurring theme to build deeper understanding. Analysis alone isn't enough. We need to interpret what the data means. This step is also drawing conclusions. Do our finding answers the original research questions? Do they support or refuse the hypothesis? What are the broader implications? Finally, everything: the problem, methodology, research, result, and discussion is compiled into a structured research report. Analysis site. We started by identifying a problem. That's step one. Uh, we reviewed literature, formed research questions and hypotheses, designed our study, operationalized our variables, chose our sampling method, collected data, analyzed it, interpreted the results, and reported our findings. 11 full steps. One goal: turning a question into a knowledge. Research isn't a straight line, it's an iterative, rigorous process. But when done well, it moves us from uncertainty to proper understanding.